So I am at the Hidden Treasures Antique Mall in Loves Park, Illinois, just north of Rockford, Illinois, and about 80 miles away from downtown Chicago. Fellow collectors, check out this booth. This is appropriately named the Hot Wheels Hideaway. A gentleman named Brad runs this booth. Great guy, great vendor. I see him around at some of the Chicago-based diecast toy shows, and I wanted to give a little bit of a spotlight to this booth. So now keep in mind, when you go out to antique malls, you'll often find there are hundreds of different vendors. So what I highly recommend is upon arrival, try to just roam around a little bit, walk through the aisles. You are going to be extremely impressed by the variety, the eclectic selection that you will find in a place like this. We have some 100% Hot Wheels. These have a very high attention to detail and ran from 1999 to 2008. It is great to see those. And what you'll often find is as you're walking through, there's going to be little sprinklings here and there of various die-cast models. And then you'll come across certain booths like this one, the Hot Wheels Hideaway, where as you can see, we just have a very high concentration, high volume of so many brands. And that is really what I'm impressed with at this booth. Such a great representation of all these historic brands: Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Majorette, Auto World, Greenlight, M2 machines. And at the time of this recording, I actually just came from the toy show that Brad is vending at, and he mentioned that some of his highly desirable or more desirable pieces are actually over at the toy show. So just gives you some incentive to make sure you come stop by, because I am recording what I think is still a great selection. As you can see here too, just huge variety of Hot Wheels, but gives you some drive and motivation to make sure you stop by, because he'll have some other really cool pieces on display for sale, ready for you to pick up and add into your personal collection. So we just kind of went through the first wall. We're now over to the second wall with a nice display case here. Got some bins at the bottom as well with some NASCAR racing champions, yet another brand represented here. Got some cool Hot Wheels multi-packs, Hot Wheels mystery models. Those long haulers are really cool. And it's places like this where you just get exposed to so much history, so much art, so much design. That is what, for me personally, just gets me so excited and passionate about this hobby. Going into a place like this is like a time capsule. You get totally exposed to, take for instance, this Majorette, so vintage. You get that kind of older graphic design. It's just so fun to observe and take in all that this hobby has to offer. And so I am just recording his main booth. I'm going to drop a couple pictures right here. He has some other display cases that are located in a different part of the antique mall. So I'll give you a quick look here. Some really nice pieces in these cases as well. And then we'll go back over to the main booth. We have this little turnstile display. Some more of your modern Hot Wheels released within the last, 5 or 10 years or so. Some special Matchbox series. We got this really nice Target Red edition from Matchbox. I love the red packaging. And then we turn over to this wall here. Really impressive pegboard. If you can kind of see, we're probably 5, 6, 7 cars deep. So if you have the patience, if you have the time, if you're just looking to have a casual Saturday, casual Sunday, you can definitely spend some time here. Really flip through, really just take in all the small subtleties, the small details on each and every one of these castings. Plenty of premiums as well if you are a premium collector. And we have really good visual merchandising here as well. I love when you have sort of the flat lay on the table, and then you go right into the pegboards, kind of going more at eye level, or just, right in front of you. So you could look down at the table, or you can look up at the pegboard. Really love that. Just It's great to see everything so clear, so in sight. Everything is very nice and organized. You can see every single car. It makes a difference. Some other special series here: Hot Wheels Classics, Hot Wheels Ultra Hots. Those are two really good series to get affordable Spectraflame in your collection. We got this really historic piece. Now, this isn't an original Super Chromes. Hot Wheels Super Chromes was a 1970s series. As we see here on the back, copyright date is a couple decades later. So this was kind of a re-release of that original series, the Super Chromes, classic 1970s Hot Wheels series. And then a little fun fact about Lamborghini: the agreement between Hot Wheels and Lamborghini, somewhere in their licensing agreement, they actually have to spell out the entire name of the Lamborghini. So you can see it's a really long name: Lamborghini Huracan LP, etc., etc. That's a pretty unique agreement between Lamborghini and Hot Wheels, where they have to make it ends up being a really long name essentially. But again, this is just really what I love in the hobby. You go out to these places, you're exposed to so many different decades of Hot Wheels releases, Matchbox releases, and all these other brands. A lot of us are obviously on the lookout for new releases. We go out to our big box stores, the diecast hunting, if you will, trying to find that latest Skyline, right? Latest JDM piece. Those have been a huge craze in the 2020s. But this is really kind of just that step back in time, and you may come across vintage pieces that you just didn't even know existed. So while it is an older piece, it's new to you, and what's that saying? You know, it's the thing I didn't know I needed, right? So it's just, it's such an experience. And again, this is the Hot Wheels Hideaway in Loves Park, Illinois at the Hidden Treasures Antique Mall. Make sure you check this out. I'll leave all the information in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am Contour Toy Cars. We'll see you soon.